Hey everybody, how you doing? So Stevie here, bringing you a new Warzone video. I hope you're all having a great day and I hope you're all staying safe. In the video today, I'm going to be doing another tips and tricks video to help you get more high kill games in Warzone. I've already done a video on how to help you win more in Season 5, so if you'd like to check that out, then I'll leave an annotation at the end of the video. I thought it'd be a good idea to do two separate videos, one to help you win more like I mentioned a moment ago, and one to help you get more high kill games, as in some cases they're two completely different things. I feel that a lot of people just assume that what makes a good player good at getting high kill games is that they just have really good aim, and in some cases people claim that the best players are just really lucky, but obviously that's far from the case. While having good aim definitely helps, it's not the be all and end all, but obviously it does make quite a bit of a difference. You need to have like good rotation knowledge, map knowledge, numerous other skills, and when it comes down to being lucky, that can be the case sometimes, but the best players also make their own luck in Warzone. While I'm in no way considering myself one of the best players out there, these tips should help you improve your likelihood at getting high kill games in Warzone. I implement these tips myself into my own game, and it helped me get quite a few 20 plus kill games and even the odd 30 plus kill game. As always, if you do enjoy this video, then please feel free to hit the subscribe, like button and turn those notifications on. That way you don't miss out on any of my future videos and also my live streams that I do here on YouTube. It really helps out a ton with me being like a smaller content creator. But yeah, let's get straight into the tips. Okay, so the first tip I'd recommend when you're going for high kills is that going for bounties is a major bonus. Sometimes in Warzone, say you've just got your loadout and you can't see or hear anyone and you don't know what to do, you can't hear any gunshots, anything like that, you can't afford a UAV, so now you're just basically wasting time waiting to hear some gunshots or waiting for a sign of where to go maybe. Go for a bounty. Bounties almost work like a free UAV. They tell you roughly where a team are, and when you kill them you'll get rewarded money for it, which is great for them buying more UAVs, which will help you keep on pushing to the next group of enemies and keep your high kill momentum going. Obviously the more of them you complete, the more money you're going to be getting, which then obviously helps you to afford even more UAVs, plates, self-revives and buybacks. Moving into tip number 2, and this is something I struggled with a bit, and this is hot dropping. Obviously the players dropping world record games need to be landing at the busy places like Superstore, but if you want 20 to 30 kill games, you don't have to necessarily land there. Sometimes it can be good to land somewhere where there's typically only one other team landing there, gives you a better chance of surviving, getting some kills early on, and reduces the chances of you losing a teammate early on who then may need to be brought back if they lose the gulag, which results in you then having to wait longer until you can get your loadout, which obviously is essential to any high kill game. I struggled with this originally myself, as before Warzone I played Blackout, which was the Black Ops 4 Battle Royale mode, and to get high kills in that, then you had to typically land at the busiest spots. It's not as vital in Warzone because lobbies don't die out quite as quickly, what with buybacks, gulag, the fire sales and say like jailbreaks. I had a case for example where I was on about 5 kills with 50 left, and then towards the end game I ended up by winning with 25 kills. So remember, at times it's a marathon and not a sprint. You don't literally have to land at the busiest spots, as sometimes it can be more of a hindrance than an actual help. Tip number 3, and this is plan your fights. I feel like a lot of people see an enemy team on the radar or see an enemy team in front of them and they don't think how to approach it. They just pretty much run at them like a headless chicken and shoot the moment they see them. Plan your fight. There could be some high ground you can get on. They may be heading into a clearing, so there's no cover for them in like 10 seconds time, but at the time they might be able to suddenly jump behind some rocks, so it can be a good idea just to wait a moment. You may also want to just wait. For example, if you don't manage to kill them right away, they could then get the upper hand on you. For example, if you're on the wrong side of the gas, they've then got the upper hand and you have to move because the gas is obviously going to reach you first, so they can just keep you pinned until it arrives. So always try and just plan your fights accordingly and just think before you act. Going into tip number 4, and this is stick with your team. Obviously in some cases you don't necessarily need to do it, as if you're confident in you and say your teammates' abilities and you're pushing for really high kill games, then you could all split off into pairs or solos and do your own thing. In some cases though, it's a good idea to wait for your team. We've all had that teammate or been that person ourselves that's ran off, took on an entire team by themselves and then died and blamed the teammates because we were miles away from them. Before you jump into a fight, just try to quickly check how far away from your team you are and see if you're better maybe just waiting a moment for them to catch up. That way you'll have a better chance of getting that team wipe and you can just rush straight into the next fight and keep the momentum flowing, and the money that you save from a potential buyback you can get an extra UAV. Moving into tip number 5, and this is something I mentioned a few times throughout this tutorial, and it's UAVs. They're one of the most essential things to any high kill games. Obviously prioritize your loadout first, but then you want to be focusing on UAVs. They almost give you like a routine. They tell you where you need to be going next. I recommend getting UAVs over a self-revive, as it can be quite rare you actually manage to pull off the self-revive. The only time me and my teammates would actually get a self-revive over a UAV is if we could afford both of them. For example, if you keep doing the bounties, eventually you can end up with more money than you know what to do with. You can be carrying like 20 grand on your own. then it's an option to get one, as you can afford the UAVs on top of it. One thing you need to be careful of when using UAVs though is not to get tunnel vision. You never know where a full team of players with Ghost could be, so remember, just because there isn't anyone on the UAV doesn't mean there isn't anyone there, so just sort of keep your wits about you basically. The same goes for if it only shows one person, say, on the UAV. Prepare for the fight as if you're pushing a full team. It's easy to rush that one red dot on the UAV as you want to go ahead and get that kill for yourself, but you never know, it could just be one person and then there's 3 teammates sat right next to them all with Ghost and they're baiting you into a fight. And finally, moving into the final tip of the tutorial, and this is gulag. Don't see it as a bad thing and don't write off a game just because you've been there early. Gulag in some cases can just work out as a free kill. Then if your teammates finish off the team that kill you, then you can land back into that game and just pick your guns back up. Obviously you've lost your perks, but you may be getting close to one of the free loadout drops coming in. You'd be surprised how many of your best games and how many high kill games I've had myself have involved into me going into the gulag early on. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the tips and tricks. Like I said, if you did enjoy this video, then please feel free to hit the subscribe, like button and turn the notifications on. If there's any other tips, tricks and tutorial videos that you'd like me to do, then let me know in the comment section down below and I'll do my best to try and look at making another video based on that suggestion. And yeah, I'll leave you for now, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Have a great day, stay safe, peace out, take care, bye for now.